Episode 51 of the Planet Nintendo podcast. Let's see what's on the menu for today. We have PN Picks, what games we've been playing, what games are coming out. Nintendo's Direct that's coming up this week. Do they have enough left in the tank that hasn't leaked yet? Also, we have a financial investor's opinions on the Switch being a next-gen console and some of our favorite gaming accomplishments that we've had. So let's get it started. What's up, guys? Episode 51. Joe, you're a mess. So I guess we'll start with you, Joe.
I'm
one of the
never
best
a
co-hosts
mess.
on the planet. What's up?
Never. Come on, man. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I'm doing good. I apologize if I get a phone call from work in the middle of all this. Joe may or may not be still Joe during work right now.
Joe's at work. And then Bobby, the Nintendo guru. What's
I'm
up,
just kind of curious. And I'm sure everybody that's watching this right this minute, you're asking the same question that I'm asking.
Okay.
When did Patrick come out of the closet and start dressing like a woman? As I can see the dress hanging on the wall behind you and the pocketbook. I am so happy that you've actually just acknowledged what yourself being,
Accepted
and you're just going with the flow.
Yeah, so normally we record in the morning, so I'm about to go on my shift, about to go in drag. So that's what we're doing now.
So real quick, if you don't mind, if I can have like 2 minutes.
Yeah, man.
Quick. I'm doing a contest for all of the podcasts that I am a part of. I'm doing a $50 eShop giveaway card. Essentially, all you need to do is go to the audio version of this show. Rate it and leave a review. If you do that, you're automatically entered. And if you go into each one of my podcasts that I do, that enters you an additional chance. So there's 6 chances that you can be entered into this podcast, Planet Nintendo podcast. If we ran Nintendo, Breaking Bells, Nintendo Talk Live, and the Nintendo PlayStation podcast. So if you go into those, go to iTunes or whatever you get your podcast. If you go and you rate it, review it, leave a comment, whatever you got to do to rate and review it, you're automatically entered. And then we'll take those names, drop them into a random generator, and someone will win a $50 eShop card. That's it.
That's not a bad
And
deal,
it happens
man.
in 2 weeks. 2 weeks time, we'll announce the winner. So there you go.
Okay.
In 2 weeks.
And yes, if you guys haven't heard, we are in audio form going forward. We'll always do the video version here. If you guys, like some of the picks that we have, you can always see the gameplay on the video version. So, but yes, we're finally in audio version. So it only took 50 episodes.
Well, you know what, man? It was
we're
a
good
lot.
though. We're good.
Joe did phenomenal, man. That stuff was perfect.
Yeah.
It was all there, easy for me to do, and it literally took me 3 days, and I got everything up. I mean, the show notes are very abridged and very easy. You know what I mean? I it's the best I could do to get them all. I had to get them all up as quickly as possible. So it was pretty. I think it turned out pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And expect the time codes going forward. I'll write those out for you, Pat, and get them on for everyone.
Definitely. So let's start out with some PM picks. I will start out with Bobby. Any new games you've been playing? Games coming out you're hyped for?
I've been playing a little bit of this baseball game. I need to figure out how to read Japanese. Josh Stapleton, though, I didn't try it yet. He did tell me that apparently if I use Google Translate, it'll actually read Japanese for me, which would be a huge help because, dude, I don't know what the hell's going on in this game. I can't figure out what pitching is, what hitting, how to. I got to this one where the pitcher starts sweating when it's time to get them out because they're tired, and I'm fumbling through the menus trying to figure out how do I change the pitcher out? I can't figure it out. Luckily, somehow I did it, but the game itself.
Excuse me.
Bless.
Excuse me. Sorry.
There's some motion control in there.
This is just unprofessional stuff, man. So the game itself is really classic old school baseball. Very easy. If you're a baseball fan, it's easier than RBI. It's so much fun, dude. It is a blast. And also, I didn't realize this because I bought the physical copy. they actually gave me some DLC content within. I can't read what it is because it's all Japanese, but I did get the codes. And if you go into the Japanese eShop and you download it, one was a retro game. It's the original game back in the day, all pixel art and stuff. It is really cool. But
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Is there motion controls, Pat? I don't know.
Yeah, well, I remember seeing commercials for it, like, because I was researching this game for a while, and there's like a mode where you can throw and pitch, and
yeah, if you see there, it says Joy-Con. I don't know if you can really see it or not, but it's a Joy-Con on there. It's a fun baseball game. I wish they would make it like the crazy thing is this. When I talked to my buddy Miguel, who got it first, he was saying to me like, "Oh, it's no big deal. You pop it in, and they just automatically translates for you. Like that's what all the games from Japan do." Yeah, the one game that apparently doesn't. So most of them do. Most will, basically translate automatically for you. Now, if they were to just do an update to it, which I hope they do, then I would get it. But I've been playing that. That's pretty much it. I did get this bad boy yesterday too. This Mutant Mudds.
Yeah, same here.
Collection. I like
Finally
it.
got
it's
mine.
Nice. I got both packs of cards. There's so much to these, man. I like them. And Super Rare Games is talking about doing like steel books. I hope they do.
Damn.
I'll be all over that, man. If they do, I hope they go. I said in my video yesterday, I hope they go retroactive. So this way, like, because this is kind of like a steel book situation where the outer cover is they got like the cardboard outer cover to it. And I think that was like basically the idea of like, hey, we'd like to do like a special steel book. And they didn't do it. I would love it, man. I would love it.
Jules, man, he's an innovator. That manual is the best manual I've seen on a game.
Oh, it's amazing, dude. It is
like on a Switch game.
Good. Yeah, it is really good, dude. And I like to. He kind of did it up and down vertically rather than horizontally like most do. Although, yeah, Jules, if you're listening, please, the next book too horizontal. It brings back the feels, man. I give you a little bit. I'll give you a little slack on this one, but man, on the next one, do the horizontal, so it makes me feel like I have an NES book in my hand.
I haven't even opened this thing yet.
It's so good. Joe, what about you, man?
Oh my god, what haven't I been playing? I've been all over the place. I've been a hot mess. But quick tip to Bobby's thing about the Japanese games. If you make a Japanese account on the eShop, you can see which games will be in English. Just pop Google Translate. Eventually you'll learn what the kanji or the hiragana, whichever thing is written there is for English.
You don't got time for
but
that.
You'll be able to see it, and that'll help you as to whether or not a game will translate over to English if you buy it on the eShop or
Go
physically.
away, dude.
No,
Go away with your
I'm
nonsense.
telling you for you.
Mr. Japan over here who buys like all these games. Hey, listen, man, I bought the game because it was baseball, and I thought to myself, how hard can it be to play a baseball game in Japanese? Apparently very hard.
It's crazy.
I have to read so much.
Yeah,
and
man.
there's apparently I pick like a manager, and she's talking to me, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell she's talking about. Like, stop talking, woman.
Oh my goodness.
Joe, you got to tell me, okay? Because I haven't got either yet. Blade Strangers or SNK?
I want to say Blade Strangers, honestly.
Okay.
Dude, I've been dying to go back into Blade Strangers. I played a little bit over the weekend, like very briefly, but I've been all over God Wars. God Wars has been my jam. This is like Kadokawa Games freaking nailed this one. If you're into Fire Emblem, if you're into Final Fantasy Tactics, that's gonna fill a void in your heart.
Okay.
That game right there. What, Bobby? What are you gonna say?
I just don't understand how the hell you play all these games, dude. I don't understand A, where you find the time, and B, what's your interest in all this?
What, the game?
He plays obscure games, man. Like everybody else is playing the hottest, coolest games, and he's playing these random nothing games. and he loves them. And it's like, I wish I could be like that, man.
I've always played like the randomest games growing up. Like,
No kidding.
freaking, whose first thought is going to be, oh yeah, I remember playing Double Dragon: The Revenge all the time, like, or Gremlins 2 being the best superhero video game of all time. Sorry, bad bit, fight me.
I like what Joe's playing. I always go check on Joe.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he plays some weird stuff that I just go like,
I'm into the weird stuff, man. I'm just
like, well, it's good because then I can look at it.
Yeah.
And when it's not bikini clad women, like
yesterday night,
jumping around a beach, then I can be like, okay, I'm gonna buy this. So.
Oh, Bobby, you've clearly missed yesterday night because yesterday night.
Here we go.
I played this gem of a game. SNK Heroines.
So what is it a fighting game?
It is a fighting game. It's an SNK fighting game.
I can imagine already.
Oh god, what comes in this special edition box?
Oh my gosh.
He's gonna pull out like a pair of panties or something.
Yeah, like
No, I think that would have been the line that's crossed. I got a hat that says Fatal Cutie on it.
You need to wear that.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening. I got a nice art book here. And
art book.
Art book. What's in is it
art book?
Is it like Hustler?
Dude, these pins are like legit here. Some of them are a little questionable. I got a tank top.
Dude, what the? How much did you pay for this thing? Like,
it was $100.
$100 you got all that stuff.
Yeah, like 110, I think it was. Yeah.
What the hell, dude? We pay $100 and we get a pokeball in a game. Like, what the hell is going on here?
And a 2-disc soundtrack.
You need that towel for later.
Oh yeah, I do. Bobby, call me.
No, that's Pat's I think Pat's frozen. Either Pat's frozen.
Yeah,
or
Pat is frozen.
Look at it. Look at that smile. He's got that smile.
I was like, he's been smiling for too long.
That's what I was thinking too.
Oh my goodness.
This guy. This poor, sorry son of a. Anyway, we don't need.
Yeah, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. But
let's just leave the picture. Okay, there he is.
There he is. There he is.
Where you been, man?
I don't even know.
I'm keeping this all in. Screw it. But yeah, no, I've been playing Blade Strangers, SNK Heroines, God Wars. I've been going in on. That game, like, easily eats your life away. Like, if you're gonna do it goes by chapters, but there's like 13 episodes in a chapter, and every battle that you do is like 30 to 45 minutes. So like, if you're gonna go in and play the game, you kind of have to invest time. Like, this isn't like the pick up and go and play a few episodes. It's very dedicated on time, and like the breakdown of the equipment and the leveling up, they take it to a whole other level. Like, it is just absurd in some ways, in a good way. Like, it feeds into my my OCD of having to like level up every single little thing. Each job class has a skill tree. You have a main and a subclass, and Bobby is there. And Bobby is bit little again. There you go.
What is wrong with your garbage, man? Is it your computer or is it the internet?
I think it's Discord. My internet's fine.
All right, let's move along. Let's get this thing.
But yes, God Wars. I highly recommend it.
In about 5 minutes.
Okay, so I've been playing Fantarook. It's like a survival. Yeah, it's like a survival horror game. It's like $5. It's on sale, I think, for like $2 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd check it out, and it's actually like the production value is pretty good on it. Like the graphics are good. It's actually like eerie and scary. So if you are a survival horror fan, go get that. It's kind of, is it like a submarine that you're in, Joe?
I think you're in space. It's kind of got like this alien feel. Like for $250, I was like, okay, I'm glad I spent $250 on this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, freaking, I think you're on a spaceship. They don't really clarify. They've got all these experimentations and cloning and creepy zombie things.
Can I ask one question, Pat?
What's up?
How do I beat Hulk Hogan at the end of Siggy?
Dude, he's a bastard.
I'm sorry, what?
How do I beat? I asked how you beat Hulk Hogan at the end of Siggy. Because I'm shooting him and he's not dying.
There's a boss that looks like Hulk Hogan.
It's Hulk Hogan, dude.
It's Hulk Hogan.
It's Hulk
at the
Hogan
end of Siggy.
Yeah.
I kind of need to buy this game now.
Yeah, you do. To a T, it's Hulk Hogan.
Oh my god.
I will check later, but I think there's a certain spot that you hit him.
I only knocked one part on.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so when he's bouncing like up and down, you have to go under him and then hit his back. The back's the only spot that you can.
Oh, good God, dude, that's gonna be hard.
Yeah, that's why in my review I was like, all the bosses are pretty easy except the last one.
Yeah, man, I blew through everybody so far. I'm at the end of the game. Yeah, it is pretty good. It is kind of, it's easy, cutesy, whatever. But it's not too bad for $5. You can't beat that.
So if it's easy for you guys, that means I'm gonna spend like 5 hours on this game.
Oh please, please, dude! Would you grow up over there? You're like so good at games, other than actual games.
Games,
like Splatoon or Mario Kart or Fortnite.
Oh Christ!
But like when it's games like that, you're fine. You're good.
I think we should all play through it and try to get the lowest time. I beat it in 43 minutes.
Oof.
I think it was. But that was me taking in everything, so I have to go back.
We could speed run it and see who does the fastest.
I'd be down for this. Yeah,
I'd be down for that.
And then we'll screenshot. You got to screenshot your.
What we do is we record it. We all record it, and then Joe can edit it and put all 3 runs on the same screen.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
And then we can let people see who's gonna win. That'd be. I'm down for that.
Dude, I'm down for that.
Okay, that sounds cool.
I'll download it right now.
But yeah, Siggy's another one. I think I mentioned it last time, but it's a nice little platformer.
Yeah, it's not bad.
$5.
It's $5, man. Yeah. $5.
Done.
Yeah, dude.
Get your money out of it, I think.
And okay, so let's go to the Nintendo Direct because it is, I think, officially announced, right? It's coming out.
It's not official yet, is it?
Oh, it's just speculation.
It's speculation. It's a rumor right now. Nintendo rumored that it was coming Thursday, the 13th, which would make sense. It would make sense because they definitely wouldn't want to do it tomorrow because that's the Apple event. They're not going to want to go head to head with Apple.
Oh yeah.
And then Thursday is kind of like a week after everything kind of happened, so that's kind of like give it time to subside. But ultimately, I guess my question is do they have enough left in the tank to actually make this a good show? They leaked some things by mistake, and then other companies just were like, "Oh well, we're making our announcements now," and they pushed things through. So I'm curious: did the best stuff leak, and is it going to be one of these situations where everybody's just like, "Yeah, we're not. This is a bad direct." You know what I mean? Like that's my fear. My fear is this should be a hyped up good direct, especially what we saw so far. And I really think that I mean, don't get me wrong, like the Final Fantasy Pocket, like that's okay, that's cool, but I don't know that would have been like, oh my god, like I think everybody kind of saw that one coming. But like, I think we were going to see more Mega Man stuff, and then they were going to say go get the demo now. I think we were going to get more Yoshi footage, plus the name that's kind of already done. Civilization, and then also huge. Like. Yeah, that was a big one. And then the other thing was the online with the cloud saves and stuff. Like people are already pissed about it. And I'm just curious, like, what else could they bring? What do you guys think is and then like I don't know if the console would have got announced in that event. Like
probably
that's a possibility that would have got announced. So it's like if they bring that stuff, what is there? Like what do you guys see coming that could save it?
I feel like it's a good question, but if you actually look at the stuff that's been leaked, I mean, we got a console, which like that's not really a big deal. Like it would have came with like a trailer and stuff like that. We would have seen the console. I guess the Yoshi.
Now I don't want here's the thing. I don't want to talk about the leaks.
Yep.
Like I don't care. I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to know nothing about that. Because there's people who are trying to stay radio silent on this stuff, and these idiots are they're tweeting it like they're breathing. There's stuff when I say leaks, I'm saying the stuff that like Nintendo and they just released it, and put it out in the wild. So that's what I mean. Not like, all this. I don't want to, like, I guess there's games that got leaked.
What, the Final Fantasy one?
No. There's like, this is what was going to be in the direct type stuff.
Yeah, there was like a full on list last week.
Yeah, that stuff I don't want to know. Like,
no.
Okay. I guess you're talking about the Smash console is the one that you're talking about. But that
I wasn't even talking about that. Like the Pokemon console. I feel like it's kind of a big deal that it leaked. I mean, it's really cool. Yeah. It's really nice looking. It's really great looking.
We're gonna get into this because you know what, man, you're throwing shade all over this thing, and let me tell you what, it is a nice looking console. It is a nice looking console.
I like
it's better. It's better than the one I bought launch. You know what I mean? Like, I like Pikachu. I like Eevee on the.
I have one problem with it.
Go ahead.
The dock.
Why?
The only thing he froze.
All right. This is the best thing ever to happen to me. That's good. For me, the fact that it's the characters on black probably wasn't the best idea to do. They could have dressed it up a little bit, but I think it's their first foray into this. And as anybody that's a collector of Nintendo's collector's editions can tell you, the first few aren't that great out the box, but it's the ones later on that, like, you go, oh my God, yes. Just the fact that they're doing the dock has me excited because I've been wanting them to do the dock and the back. Dude, that back faceplate is awesome, dude.
That's
with
fresh,
the silhouettes. Yeah. Like, I like that. And I don't care what anybody says. I like the color of the Joy-Cons.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're
I like
nice.
the Pikachu color, yeah.
Yeah. The Eevee, I don't know why they didn't go like a darker brown with Eevee.
Yeah, it looks a little weird.
They went a little light with Eevee, but I like it, man. I'll tell you what. I was that close to pulling the trigger yesterday on it. I was like, just wait, because
they're selling it separately.
Well, yeah, but I want the back faceplate. I want that. I want the whole thing. I do like the fact that, like, it comes with the Pokeball in the game. But I'm derailing. Go ahead.
No, I feel like it's a good special edition. The fact that they even made one is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But like, you're gonna make two different SKUs. You might as well like make one the yellow Joy-Con, one the Eevee Joy-Con. The dock I'm not too crazy about. That's what everyone's asking. Like, why don't you like this? It's like the dock, it looks like a normal Switch. And like, I feel like special editions should look wacky and crazy like that. The backplate, I like it. It's still like neutral. You don't want to be walking around with like a giant yellow thing in your hands, but so it's all right.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think they could have gotten away with actually doing like an Eevee console and a Pikachu console?
If you're gonna make two SKUs, I don't see why not. And it's gonna be a limited time anyway. So
people would have been so pissed though. That's $800, man, to try to get them all
right now. The fact that they're hating on the console.
I'm just saying, people would have been pissed.
Yeah, but I feel like they're gonna buy two anyway because you have a giant picture of Eevee on one and a giant picture of, like, it's the same thing. I feel like.
Yeah, I guess
collectors are weird, man.
I guess you're right. If you're looking at it from the box perspective, yeah, you're right on that. And I think that's just because what game's in it, right? Like, you're buying the Eevee, you're buying the Pikachu. Based on what game it is. But, wow.
The other thing for me is we know that the Switch is getting an upgrade. So if I'm gonna double dip and get a cosmetic, like for cosmetic reasons, it has to blow me away. And this one didn't blow me away. That's all I meant. I didn't mean like any shade. But the Yoshi name leaking, I feel like it's not really a big deal because we haven't seen anything about the game.
No.
But to answer your question, I think that Nintendo does have a ton left. And everyone always says, like, temper your expectations. Don't think too much. Why? Why can't we get, like, the greatest direct ever? I mean, like, this is right before holiday time. We don't know anything about 2019.
No.
So this direct would be, and this is why I tweeted it out. I was like, could we see Metroid? Like, if we're thinking about games coming out next year, wouldn't this be the direct to show it? Like, do they have a later one than this year?
No, this is it. And this is typically, I was gonna let Joe go before I said this, but I'll just say this leading into Joe. This is typically the big one of the year. This is the one that they basically slide into home for the final of the year, and then boom, pick up and do a little bit into the early part of 2019. So this is typically, in my opinion, one of the better directs of the year. Usually this time frame, because we get the best of both worlds a little. But Joe, what do you think?
No, yeah, I mean, I was thinking you could do this one, or last year they did something where they did a direct with like a 15-minute thing of Xenoblade in it, and that had some stuff leading into 2019, but that was in like what, November or something like that. Like they did do one towards the end of the year that like led into the holiday and then part of 2019, and they specifically phrased it that way. And then they did a full-on Xenoblade one.
I thought that was just a Xenoblade one.
It was focused on Xenoblade. Like they spent like 15 minutes or something like that. But I think there was also like a Xenoblade dedicated direct too on top of that, right? Yeah. I might be remembering that wrong. Yeah. I just remember something in November. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do it. Maybe they'll do it with Smash this time around because we've seen so much of it.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Go for it.
I was gonna say I think the one thing that they have in their back pocket, because until Smash gets launched, is new characters, and I think we get. I honestly think we get Waluigi. I think that's the one. And I don't give a damn about Waluigi. I care less if it's in the game, but I think that's the one that they didn't announce last time. But they did the troll with the 2 chairs. There's a reason why they did that. Like,
but
you know what I mean? Like
character. He's in the game.
That don't mean anything, dude.
He's a support character. People should be happy.
And so was Ridley last time. Changes.
He's a support character in this game.
No, I'm saying though. But what I mean by that is that could just be Sakurai just completing the troll. I don't know, man. That guy is very.
He is. He knows.
He likes to play to the crowd and mess with the crowd. And I mean, dude, you look at the reveal of King K. Rool last time. That was an absolute play to the crowd. We're going to troll the hell out of them. I can see them doing this. But regardless, I think we could see that Smash one that got leaked a couple months ago. Like, what was it? Like 3 weeks ago, I think, from in Europe. A store put it up, the retailer, and then yesterday people started actually comparing the boxes, and it lines up with the Eevee and Pikachu one. So I think that could potentially show up in the direct. And they could have done them back to back and been like, hey, here you go. You get this console or you can get this console. And I think you want to know how Nintendo's going to do 20 million. That's it. Everybody's going to go rebuy them.
You guys have any crazy games that could show up? Possibly new games? I'm trying to go through the motions of what we get.
Yeah.
Like, we have a Mario Party coming out. They're probably going to spend some time on that.
They'll probably spend some time on Mario Party. They might spend a little time on Smash. I think we're going to get a little bit of Fire Emblem. I really do. Just maybe some more backstory or just something explaining a little more. I just want Animal Crossing, dude. I don't care about nothing else. That's it. That's all I want. Like, that would satisfy me for like 2 years. You could just send me garbage for the next 2 years. Give me Animal Crossing. And I know people are probably pissed that I said that, but that's all I want for this thing. I just want to be able to play it at home, play it on the go, like get the best of both worlds that I didn't get from New Leaf. That's what I want so badly, man. But I don't know.
I wonder if, so you know how there's usually the direct and then there's trailers after the directs that don't make it in. I wonder if that's all what was last week, was like what was supposed to happen after the direct that people were announcing, and that we're gonna get 180'd and everything that we're gonna see in there, minus maybe the Mega Man. Maybe they take that out because of it being already available or something like that. Yeah. I think we get more Wii ports announced. Wii U ports announced.
I don't know no more of that crap. You say the Mega Man stuff. I think if they were going to show Mega Man stuff, because that level that's in the demo, that's the level that they showed off the last time. Yeah. So I think they might have showed a little bit more I think they show a little bit more in the direct, and then boom. The other thing too, the other big one that I feel like got leaked and ruined was Diablo. A lot of people aren't talking about that, but I feel like that release trailer with Reggie and Mike from Blizzard talking was that was so Nintendo Directish. It's not even funny, dude. That was like identically pulled. Like that was like they just pulled it right out and were like, here you go, boom. Like I really think there's something there with that.
You think that was supposed to get a?
Oh,
I think that was supposed to be involved. And because they're also talking, and we might get some of that too because they're talking about amiibo support for Blizzard for Diablo.
That Ganondorf skin looks sick, dude.
Yeah, it does, man. They're talking about a lot of stuff that could be in that, but I guess we'll see. Time will tell.
I was gonna ask Joe, Crystal Chronicles. How I know you're a big Final Fantasy fan, and that's kind of a weird one. So how do you feel about that announcement?
It's funny. I've not played any Final Fantasies on a Nintendo console outside of like before pre-GameCube. Like I'm talking the Super Nintendo, NES, and Game Boys. Like I hadn't touched anything since then, so I never got to play Crystal Chronicles. I never picked it up, so I always see it on GameStop on sale. I'm like, I should probably pick this up because I know it's really good, but when the hell am I gonna actually play this game? Oh, I guess I don't have to buy. I don't have to wait anymore.
How long before Secret of Mana remaster comes to the Switch?
Oh, I know.
You know that game's coming, right? It's gotta come.
It's weird too because Japan has all three of them put together. Final Fantasy Adventures Collection. It's on the Switch in the Japanese eShop, but
you mean Secret of Mana?
Yeah, Final Fantasy Adventures Secret of Mana. That's what we call it here in the States. They changed the title and everything.
Okay.
So freaking like someone needs to translate that. Just localize it and give us that. I don't even care about the remaster. Just give us it's there.
But I think that one's going to come at some point. Like I can't see that not
I wouldn't
coming.
be surprised.
Because there is that relationship between Square and Sony. Where when they came over to Sony in the very beginning, they basically had this deal where Sony was publishing a lot of their games, kind of like what Nintendo was doing. But Sony bought into Square for a while, and then I guess it was about 5 years ago, Square actually gave them their money back, and like basically bought their freedom per se, because then all of a sudden, because at that there was a long period of time where games only showed up on Sony and that was it.
Yeah.
And then slowly but surely they started hitting Xbox and now Nintendo and stuff, and they're making games exclusive for Nintendo, which they've been doing for a few years now, but like this is just further down the rabbit hole of that. So I'm curious how long before that game comes. Plus I'm also wondering if Final Fantasy VII Remake, if that winds up working its way over to the Switch. Even if they've just remastered, like in terms of like just up-resed it and made it look good, the original. Because didn't they do that remaster like a few years ago or whatever? And
for which one?
For 7.
Yeah, for PC, and then it came out to PS4.
Yeah. So I can see them maybe even re-up-resing that a little bit and fine-tuning a little bit, and then bringing that over, because I don't know that the Switch can handle the big one that's coming. Like, but I know that Square wants it to. They've talked about it, that they want it to be there. Plus the other one, dude. Where's like Dragon Quest 11 is another one.
Yeah,
it's I think we also hear about Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. Because they're coming in November, so that's something I think.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stuff, especially from Square.
There's a ton of stuff.
There's a ton of stuff from Square. So maybe that Final Fantasy Pocket was, like you said, a trailer just gets dropped at the end, and it's no big deal. And maybe they're trying to throw a curveball. Maybe they're trying to make people think that, like, oh, that's all that they had. Okay, big deal. And then boom, they hit us with some big guns.
I'm gonna make a bold one here.
Okay.
And this isn't anything, like, I try to avoid leaks as much, so you guys let me know if there's anything that's already said about this, but I want to see. I think not. I want to see. I feel like a Legend of Zelda 3DS game is gonna happen in this direct, just out of nowhere.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it at all.
That's all.
I know there's
That's
some
all
leaks.
I want to say.
I know there's some leaks that went out today, and I'm telling you, I'm getting really pissed at the people that are leaking them. And it's like, you guys grow up. Like,
don't tease me, Bobby. Don't tease me.
It's BS.
What's the 3DS?
What's the 3DS? This guy. Yo.
Exactly. I'm with you. I'm with you, Patrick. Enough of that 3DS crap.
Yeah.
Move on.
To answer your question, yeah, they still have enough in the tank. And I hope it's a lengthy. I mean, it's 35 minutes.
Yeah.
That alone.
And they haven't announced that they cut it, Eddie. You know what I mean? So maybe that's some good sign too. That like they haven't cut nothing. Like they haven't come back and said, "Oh, now it's gonna be 25 minutes or 32 minutes," or you know what I mean. So maybe them trailers really weren't involved. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay, so we have a audio.
Oh, here we go.
Question. Here. Well, not question. This is so Michael Pachter. We all love this little guy. He's a financial advisor, I guess you would say, and he often comments on the video game industry. He does a lot of talking about the different consoles and console wars. So basically, a YouTuber, you guys might know him, Nintendo Prime, asked Michael Pachter a question. And it was basically about the Switch competing with PS5 and Xbox. So I'm going to play it right now. He actually reads out the question, and I think it's like a 2-minute clip. So you guys, I'll take your response after this.
Next question from YouTube from Nintendo Prime. What do you think Nintendo's strategy will be for Switch as we get closer and closer to PS5 and Xbox 2? Its market position works in the current climate, but I'm not sure it will continue to work in a couple of years when much more powerful hardware is available. Look, I think Nintendo is just out to lunch. I mean, I think they have no idea what they're doing. The software is great, and the marketing people are really great at doing what they can with the product they have. The Switch is way too late. What really happened is they completely whiffed on Wii U, and had the Switch come out when the Wii U came out, I think they would have been in the lead this cycle. It didn't. They launched the Switch way late, and it's priced too high. So the Switch costs the same as a PS4. And if you really only are going to get one console, why would you get a Switch over PS4? Answer, you'll have Nintendo first-party titles. But short of that, no, you won't. I think you get it in addition to a PS4, but I don't think you get it instead of a PS4. You're not going to get to play all the games that you can. So I think they already blew it in this cycle. So when you talk about what's going to change, Nintendo is a backward-looking company. They manage by looking in the rearview mirror at their past success. They're immediately past CEO Kimishima committed to 20 million Switches this year. They are tracking to 8 million. They're missing by a mile. Their new CEO started at the end of May. Furukawa, I've never met the guy. We'll see what he says. But the fact is that it's priced too high to sell 20 million a year. The Wii sold 20 million a year and was priced at 199 and then 149. This thing needs to drop to 199 to have a prayer of selling those kind of numbers. And what's their strategy going to be? This is the company with the blue ocean, okay? Blue ocean means we're in our own ocean. There are no sharks. We can swim along. No one will attack us. We don't compete. This is a company that genuinely believes they don't compete with the other companies. And so as long as they think that, they don't care about PlayStation 5 and Xbox 2.
Okay. So you get the gist there. He doesn't really say too much after that, but basically that's his outlook on the Switch competing with the next gen consoles. Bobby, take us home, man. Michael Pachter, you're on the hit list.
Why do you do this to me every week, man? Every single week. The guy's a moron, dude. Straight up. And here's why. And this is exactly why he's a moron. The fact of, and I've said this on numerous shows before, and I'll say it again, they have a 20-year contract with NVIDIA. They aren't even using the top chipset that NVIDIA has for mobile gaming, mobile tablets. This is one tier behind NVIDIA's best. And NVIDIA is getting ready to release their next set of chips very shortly. That aside, look at what they're doing right now. Okay, when you go back and you look at year 1, year 2, year 3 of the PS4 and the Xbox One, they were port machines. That's all they did was ported stuff over from PS3 and all that until the people could figure out the hardware, figure out what they were doing, and get things moving. We're in year 2, and look at what the hell Bethesda's doing. They are banging stuff out that is spot on what it needs to be. But then you sit there and you think about it. When they hit with the PS5, when they hit with the Xbox 2 or whatever the hell they call their next console, Nintendo should at that point have upgraded to the next chipset. They are in a position where they can literally upgrade this thing every 2 to 3 years and no one will blink an eye at it. As long as they move up to the next chipset and as long as it's more powerful and it gets going and gets moving. I don't agree with anything he's saying. Granted, will it run in 4K? No, probably not. But we don't know that yet. We also don't know that yet. The fact of saying that, like, of course, yes, rocket scientist, if this would have been in place instead of the Wii U, Nintendo would have been a better ball game. And of course, you're not saying anything that nobody doesn't know. Like, that's just a moronic statement to even make. And by the way, it wasn't like when the Wii U came out, it was up against the PS3 and the Xbox 360. It was up against the PS4 and the Xbox One. So you're not talking like they would have been off competing against last generation. They would have been competing against this generation still. So this is just nonsensical, moronic conversation on this guy's part. I think the fact of saying they're out to lunch, dude, they're killing it right now. They're crushing it right now. And they may not, like, we don't know everything they're doing. Like, I'm sorry, Smash and Pokemon, game over, man. They're bringing out the heavy hitters at the end of the year at the Christmas season with special edition consoles.
When was that taken?
This was about, I want to say, a month ago.
Okay, so there's some lack of information at the very least on the console stuff. I mean, part of what he said wasn't, it's not entirely false. I mean, Nintendo does beat to their own drum, and they do. Yeah. They're very Apple in that they don't believe that there's any other competition out there. It's just them in their own silo working on these things.
Yeah.
Okay, point taken there. When it comes to everything that Bobby said right there, I might repeat some of it, but yeah, it's true. Nintendo had the best-selling year in quite some time last year. This year, slowed down a bit, but we're who knows what we're at right now from last month. But if we're still, around the 8 million, 9 million marker, then hey, we're just a little past the halfway of the year.
Can I just stop you right there?
Yeah, what's up?
So they're basically, he's acting like they're saying this year. They didn't say this year. When they say this year, they mean the fiscal year.
Yeah.
So in March, they were at 14 million.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're at 20 million. They're on pace to do 8 million? Really? You're the numbers guy. You don't even know what the hell's going on? No.
I think he meant 20 million in addition to...
No, that's what... Nintendo said. Well, that's what Kimishima said. And people have always questioned, did they mean 20 million? What I'm saying to you is, in March, when the fiscal year begins, they were at 14 million.
Yeah.
As of last month, they were at 20 million.
Mm-hmm.
So we still got another half a year to go. They're already at... He's saying that they're on pace to do 8 million for the year. That number is way out of whack. They're already at 6 million that they've done.
And statistically, I mean, I don't even know. Like, numbers might generally be slower during the summer, I'd imagine, because folks go on vacation, no one's buying consoles, people are buying games, people are going out. We're just getting started in the holiday season. It's gonna rev up again. I mean, we've already got our first hit of September already, so more games coming.
There was 2 points that the Switch in year one sold a lot. That was in March at the launch, and then at Christmas time.
Yeah.
And they reached 14 million. You know what I mean? Like, yes, Nintendo says they want to do 20 million. Like, So what do you say? What do you turn around and go, we're going to do less this year than we did last year? Like, I think they're realistically, they could probably hit the same number that they hit last year. And that's a realistic number to me.
Yeah, and I don't think
You know what I
that's, and I think that's completely fair. I mean, you just said we've got 3 different special editions coming out in in the next 3 months.
Yeah.
People are going to buy those.
I think another thing is, like, he's kind of wrong in the sense that he's thinking that Nintendo views Sony and Xbox as their direct competition. They don't. I don't think they're we all like to say, we're in console wars, like Switch is the best, stuff like that, but they're not in console wars anymore.
No.
Like, and for them to say, yeah, they do learn by their mistakes and they're kind of backwards thinkers. Honestly, I got to say that Nintendo is probably ahead of the other competition in other ways. Like, yeah, they don't have a PC like console, but they're doing portable gaming. No one else is doing portable gaming. And if you go years and years from now, I think a lot of consoles are going to become hybrids.
Yeah.
So I feel like Nintendo is in their own kind of thing, but it's working. So a little bit of backstory. He's a financial investor. So he kind of gives like advice to people looking to invest in different companies.
Yeah.
So to him, he doesn't think that Nintendo is going to hit their sales numbers.
Yeah.
When he talks about they're trending at 8 million right now, that's kind of saying what they've done so far in terms of sales and averaging it out for the rest of the months. But when you do that, you don't consider the holiday season. You don't consider multiple consoles coming out. So it's just like, I don't know. I wanted to bring it up though.
Yeah, but the thing of it is if they've done 6 million, right, in a couple months, right, you got to look at that. Like, so I think in August, right? So we're looking April, May, June, July, August. So in 4 months, April, May, in 5 months, they did 6 million units. So he's saying that in another 7 months they're only going to do 2 million units. That makes no sense to me. Like, that to me is absolutely. I think, like I said, I think they're on pace, and they should be able to hit what they hit last year, because Christmas is going to bump them up quite a bit. I think they're going to go through Christmas. They're going to sell a lot. We don't even know how many of these consoles they're putting out, these special edition consoles. Like, are they sold out already? Or can you still buy them?
I have no idea, to be honest with
They
you.
keep going off and on.
Best Buy had, so that means they're sold out. If they're off and on, that means they're trying not to oversell their numbers. So GameStop put them up, and Best Buy put them up so far. If them 2 companies have sold out of them already, you know that Amazon's going to get them, you know that Target's going to get them, and you know that Walmart's going to get them. So there's 3 more chances that you're going to give people to get them. I'm curious. They're probably going to do, man, I would like to think they're going to probably do 1 million of the Pokemon, right? You would think? Or is that too much? Is that too high?
I mean, they never said it was limited, but
I'm thinking like 500 and 500. I'm not talking worldwide. I'm not just talking in the United States.
I'd probably say, like, I don't know if you guys know the Odyssey numbers, the special edition.
No.
I would say probably around those numbers. I don't know what those are, but you don't really see those a lot anymore. So I'd probably say like at least 500,000 of each SKU.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, 1 million, like 500,000 on each. And then if you throw Smash in there, at least 1 million on those 3. They're going to blow out of those consoles. Those consoles are not going to be. You're not going to be able to keep them at all.
How many people are going to buy those for Christmas?
That alone, like, parents are eating them up right now for Christmas. They're seeing them and they're like $400, and you get the Pokeball, you get the game plus the special edition console. Dude, kids are going to lose their minds at Christmas for this thing. I just disagree with this guy up and down. I think that as a financial advisor, he's not a gaming guy. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about in terms of gaming goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Nintendo in the past has been very backwards thinking, but if you watch the trends of Nintendo now, right, it seems to me that a lot of stuff that they think, or a lot of stuff that went haywire in the past, they've course corrected. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, you look at Zelda. Zelda was an absolute listen to what the fans are saying and totally change that game moving forward. You look at Odyssey, same thing. We don't like 3D World. We want Galaxy-esque. Blah, blah, blah. Boom. They changed the way it is. Mario Party absolutely changed the future of it. You know what I mean? Like Mario Tennis changed the future of it. Like, man, and then with this, let's go Pikachu, let's go Eevee. Can I just tell you that I'm not a fan of Pokemon? And I am so far down the rabbit hole right now because of Pokemon Go and because of like just getting into this now. Dude, there's an extra number that they got. Like, how many people are like me that are playing Pokemon Go? Like, legitimately, dude. I went out last week for the Moltres raid, right? 40 people, dude. And when I tell you there was adults, there was like 50, 60-year-old people.
Yeah,
that's
going
crazy.
From place to place. To, all right, this is the next place we're going. Let's all go. Everybody jump in their cars. They drive to the next raid for 3 hours. For 3 hours, I was involved in this. Right now, if all those people go, oh wait a minute, I'm running around catching Pokemon, and now I could play this game at home, and I could import my Pokemon Go Pokemon in. Nintendo just won, bro. Because if they're essentially got all these people hyped up for Pokemon Go, and then they look at these Switches, and then they go, oh, wait a minute, this game, because the game is Let's Go, which is a playoff of Pokemon Go. I think things are a little bit different than this guy wants to acknowledge, in my opinion. I don't think he has a clue what's going on, man. I think Pokemon is a big thing, man. It's a massive thing. And Pokemon Go, they just said today, I think they're doing like $2.5 million a day. Day.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's no joke, man. That game is still massive.
And like the people playing Pokemon Go, the people playing Pokemon Go, they're at least gonna get a Switch because they're region exclusive Pokemon. So me and Bobby can't get, things like Kangaskhan and stuff like that because it's only in Australia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With Pokemon Let's Go, you can do that. You can trade in, and it's gonna be a whole nother level. Like this holiday season, if you're a kid, you're probably gonna have something Nintendo in your stocking or something like that. So
exactly. And Pokemon's a perfect thing, dude.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Bobby's rant. We got to get in one a week.
Why do you do this to me, man? I'm tired of it. You're my blood pressure through here. Oh, and you were like, Bobby's gonna lose his mind. Let's do it. I want to apologize right now to all the people that get mad when I do that. I don't let Pat and Joe speak. I'm sorry. I just get worked up. I'm sorry.
This is your anger management session, Bobby.
Oh yeah, that's real anger management. Go ahead.
All right, Joe, take us home, man.
Oh man, I'll make it quick and easy. I was thinking about this because about 2 years ago now, I got a freaking random ass invite from Capcom to go out to check out Resident Evil 7 and celebrate their 20th anniversary, and it was on my way back from that crazy freaking trip that I got probably what is my favorite video game accomplishment and my best one, I feel like, so far. And it was on my Vita, and I played Resident Evil 2, beat the game, no saves, didn't die, and beat it in 2 hours, and still had time on my flight. And so I wanted to know from you guys what your favorite gaming accomplishments ever in your life were.
Favorite
you got one, Bobby?
Well, dude, I mean, I just told the story to N64 Josh Saturday. And mine's beating Mike Tyson in Punch Out.
Ooh.
Like that to me was the hardest thing I ever did, but the greatest moment of my life, man. I was like, and people might be like, that's really the greatest moment. I'm exaggerating. That's not the greatest moment of my life. But it's in terms of gaming, absolutely, dude. That's the hardest. I challenge anybody to just pick up a controller and play that game. That game is so hard, at least to go from beginning to end and get through, and then to get to Tyson, and he just like he's one punching you for a minute and 30, like hits you with an uppercut and you just drop. And the hardest thing was you would struggle to get to him, and then the game's over in a matter of seconds, and you're like, holy crap, dude. And the crazy thing with Punch Out was you would get to Tyson, you would lose and you would go back 2. And then you would have to work your way back up to him again. And then you would lose and you would go back 2. And then it wasn't until I found the code, the punch out, Mike Tyson's punch out code, that I actually could start to fight him all the time over and over and over again to get that muscle memory to actually beat him. But my God, dude,
Jeez,
that was. And when I beat him, oh my God, I was screaming, I was yelling. I ran to my cousin's house to try to prove it because nobody believed me. And then the next day in school, nobody believed me, and I had kids come to my house. If you want to hear the whole story, go listen to the Nintendo Talk Live with me and N64 Josh, because I don't want to repeat the story. I just told it again. But Patrick just missed all the glory, all the greatness. Can you at least hear us talking when you freeze up like that?
A little bit. I was gonna ask, is that still hard to do? This like today?
Oh my God, dude!
Yeah?
Yes. Oh my! Like for me,
Clash show ain't no joke.
I struggle to beat him now. I have pictures on my Facebook page that I did beat Mr. Dream, which is basically Tyson, like a few years ago, on my 3DS. But like, dude, I used to be able to. This is no lie. I used to be able to just pick up the controller and beat him every single time. Like, not even sweat. Like, bink, 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 just get in there and, like, crush him. People would actually just be like, show me you beating Tyson. I don't believe you. It got to the point where I could just pick it up and go, oh, okay, here you go.
Damn.
I go to people's houses.
One?
That was hard, dude. That was hard. I could get through the first cycle, but then when you go back and then they change all their styles up, that's the hard thing. Like in the original Punch-Out, the style was a style. You just had to learn the style. You had to learn 2 styles. And what becomes tricky is you get so used to the first style that when they switch it, you get confused in your head. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, he's going to do this. And no, he does that. And it's like, oh, come on, learn it. And there's no way to like keep doing it over and over and over and over. Like I feel like that one's just hard for the sake of being hard, rather than just going like, we're going to make this a really good Punch-Out game and then like make the final bosses harder. Cause even like Super Punch-Out, like I beat that one, and then you go against the twins at the end. Like they're in that game. The twins, they're in Punch-Out for the Wii. But that was hard because they were identical twins, and that you would kind of get that mentality like, oh my God, like this one fights this style, and then this one fights this style. And there were little slight iterations off the 2. But like even like Donkey Kong was in that game, and like he was a beast to beat. I did buy the Doc Lewis DLC on my yeah, where you actually fight Doc Lewis, but it's a ghost. It's not really Doc Lewis. But it was kind of cool. You know what I mean? It was kind of cool.
That's another franchise. Bring that back, man.
Oh man, they bring that back. I want them. I've said it before. I want them to actually mend fences with Tyson and just be like, "Come on, let's do this." You're coming.
Well, wasn't it because of the stuff Tyson was doing outside, or was it?
It was the rape. The rape is what did it. That's why they didn't re-sign the contract.
Jeez. That'll do it.
Yeah, that'll definitely do it.
Video
I think
demonetized.
One of my greatest accomplishments as a kid was beating Pokemon for the first time, because you get all your Pokemon in like the Hall of Fame, and dude, it's really hard for kids to beat those kind of games. Really
That's
good.
the one.
That game is evil, Bobby.
Pokemon
Play
Crystal.
Pokemon Red and Blue.
I figured you just sitting there playing, Star Fox Zero was your greatest
Star
accomplishment.
Fox Zero, that's second place. But no, another one is a game called Peggle 2. Okay.
Oh my God.
And this is gonna go to another conversation, but I got all the achievements on Xbox, and it was like, to get all the achievements, 0.4% of people have ever done that. So like, I feel like that's pretty good.
Nice.
I mean, only like 20 people bought the game. But another thing though, I think that we need achievements. We haven't really talked about this on the podcast too much, but Nintendo Switch, like, I feel like you get a sense of accomplishment when you get certain achievements. And there are some games that have in-game achievements, stuff like that, but it's not the same. So I don't know. For Nintendo fans, it's kind of like beating a story is an achievement and like an accomplishment. But to like a PS4 owner or something, it's like, oh, I platinum this game.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you guys think we should get achievements?
Absolutely. Like we could do coins or stars or
Mhm.
whatever. Like they could have done. I really thought that when they did the stamps on the Wii U, that could have become something.
Yeah.
Because they were fun to collect stamps, and it almost became an achievement type thing because you would get the stamps, right, and then you would use them in the Miiverse. And if I saw someone with a stamp, I'd be like, yo, where the hell did you get that at? That's cool. But it's a little different now. You know what I mean? Like it's not really necessarily the same. But I would like to see achievements. I was playing Minecraft yesterday on the Switch. It was weird seeing like Xbox achievements like popping on it. I was like, wow,
It actually shows the Xbox achievements.
yeah, man, it does. It's
So funny.
and you hear the sound. It's the Xbox
That's
sound and
weird.
everything.
No.
Yeah, man.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Me and James, we were playing a little bit on Co-op Kings last night. I did a couple things. It was like ping, whatever the sound is. But it was like
That's weird.
yeah, it was real strange.
That's
But
funny.
I wouldn't mind seeing definitely seeing Nintendo go that way.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it. I'm indifferent with achievements and trophies, but if there's a game that I'm like, okay, this is the one, I usually end up just trying to 100% everything. It's
Yeah.
very rare that it happens, and I also have an idea of how it should look like. Oh, look, it's being animated right now. Joe, don't forget that. Yeah. Pat
I
knows
mean,
what I'm talking
also,
about.
I know what I'm talking about. Also, Nintendo's trying to like extend their games, like with Mario Tennis, they're adding in a new character every month and stuff like that. Achievements could be a small little way to keep people playing these games because it's like once the novelty wears off.
Dude, if they would have had let's be honest, if they would have had achievements in Zelda, dude, I would still be playing that game.
Yeah,
because I would
exactly.
be like, I want to, because once you get to a certain point, it's like, no, I want to go get everything. Like, I want to do it all. I want to go to all these places and do all these things. And like, they could have done everything. Like, read the diary, read Zelda's diary, and read the King's diary, and do all these different things that they could have had. Like, get every weapon in the game. You know what I mean? Like, they could have had, dude. If they would have had that stuff, man, people would be losing their minds just doing it. You know what I mean?
I would love to have seen them do something similar to what Sony does, where if you get an achievement, you get points that you can use in the Sony rewards section. And instead of that, that maybe, I don't even know.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Xbox does the same thing.
Yeah, get coins.
You get a discount. You get coins as a discount on games and stuff.
Yeah, dude, just add them to my Nintendo points. I mean, dude, it's that simple to get people hooked.
All right, here we go, guys. So if you get all the achievements in a game, you get that game as a theme on your Nintendo Switch.
That would be awesome.
No.
I'd take it. Hey, I'd take it.
No.
What?
No.
Instead of paying the $2
no,
for
because
it?
because you know what, man? Some of these developers stuff properly. Look at some of them platinums on Sony are ridiculous.
Oh yeah, some of it is trash. My name is Mayo.
An alternate theme.
Hot Switch.
An alternate theme.
Nah.
No.
But having some sort of incentive to those achievements would be kind of cool, though.
Yeah. Oh, also another gaming accomplishment. I got all the Korok seeds on my first playthrough.
Nice.
900.
That's a lie.
Nice.
You did not.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. It was me in the book, and 900.
I could do you one better than that. Friend of mine, Alan Paxton, got 895 without the strategy guide.
I couldn't do that.
And then we finally convinced him, Alan, stop it. Just go get the strategy guide. You're driving yourself nuts, dude.
If you get the strategy guide, it probably takes about 40 hours.
That's
played
nuts still.
For hours. Hours. It was nuts. And I was like, you did that for a golden piece of crap. Like, what is wrong with you, man?
God.
Yeah. So I don't know. But with that being said, you guys can like we said before, you guys can hear this on audio format. The link to that will be in the description of this video. But where can they find you? Bobby, where can they find you, man?
NintendoGuru.com. and also over on Instagram and Twitter at Nintendo Gurus. I got I've been doing some stuff on Instagram a little bit lately, so if you're a fan of Instagram, go check it out.
Okay. Joe, what about you, man?
Oh, yes, you could find me at the joeafterwork.com variety, the YouTubes and the Twitch / Joe After Work and all that fun stuff. Yes. Which...
Couldn't stick
Sorry,
that one.
I couldn't stick the landing. Thanks, everybody, for all the support. We're at 925 followers over there. We're like...
Yo.
We're hitting 1K soon.
Dude,
it's crazy. This is nuts.
What, man? You know what? Pat, he's got his beat, dude. Like we're the big dogs on YouTube. We got 1,000. This guy come up and just knocked it out on both sides. He's like here's a reference for you. He's like Mickey Mantle. He's hitting home run from both sides of the plate. Wow, we're like Ted Williams, who's only hitting it from one side.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Watch it. Don't talk about Teddy. And of course, NintenTalk.edu. No,
NintenTalk.edu. Please make that a website. Oh my God.
YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Twitter's where I say a lot of things, and Bobby just shakes his head. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I come in and go like, "Stop."
I'm gonna make you a website, Pat.
EDU. Thank you guys very much. We will see you in a very special episode 52. So, see you later, guys.
Peace out, Preston. Didn't steal my stuff this time, you son of a.
Not this time.
Not today.
Not today.
This is my house.
Of course, now it works good. My video. God damn it. I don't know what that was.
It's okay. It was fine. I mean.
Well, that's why, like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I was only going to say a little bit about. And then I'm like, shit, Pat froze again. And I'm just like,